Hello, welcome to Math 126, Pre-Calculus 1. This is section 4051, which should correspond to the Nevada Virtual Academy Jumpstart section. So, welcome, guys. So up here we have my information, my email, homepage. My office is in Carson. I doubt you're going to come to that. Aspen 224, there's my office phone number. Over here are the office hours. I may have to change them slightly if I need to work around a live lesson for another class. Prerequisites, Math 96 are 3 units of high school mathematics at the level of algebra and above. Course description provides a third course in algebra. Topics include polynomial, rational, and radical equations, absolute value and quadratic inequalities, relations and functions, linear, quadratic, polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions. Those are my favorites, and their graphs and applications, and systems of equations. Upon completion of this course, successful students should be able to do the following: solve polynomial, radical, and rational equations, solve absolute value and quadratic inequalities, identify functions and find inverse functions, graph, find slopes and equations of linear functions and use them in models, sketch the graphs of basic functions and transformations of them, graph polynomial, exponential, and logarithmic functions and use them in models, solve systems of equations and inequalities, not necessarily linear. This is a 3-credit course. So the transferability in Nevada means it should go to any other school in Nevada. It may transfer outside of Nevada, but check with your counselor. And there's our linkage to the college mission. Pre-Calculus 2nd edition by Paul Sison. All these ISBNs should correspond to the 2nd edition, but last time we had an issue of everyone getting the 1st edition, so it says it in there now. So textbook bundled with Hawk's Learning System, access, and ebooks. The first one you get a book and access to the online. In the second case, you get a book alone. In the third case, you get just the online access that has an ebook, which would be the cheapest one. So in the past, I don't think anyone from your school used it before, but we used to have CDs you'd install. Now it's all web-based, and I think it will be easier to use. Yay! But you have these choices for your book. So if you're going to do online work, you need either choices 1 or 3, one of the two. If you're going to do paperwork, you could use any choice because you could always use the ebook. Supplies a calculator, a textbook of one type. Calculator is recommended that you purchase a calculator like a TI-84 or 89. I use the 89. Now, 84s are fine, and there are web-based tools you can use for doing graphs. I'll share that with you as the semester goes on. It's a pretty standard grading scale there, A, B, C, D, F. And yes, I did issue Fs. I have in the past. That comes up. Hopefully not this semester. Grade breakdown, midterm, 1 at 200 points each. Discussions, a minimum of 10 postings at 10 points each, so that's 100 points. So if you do 100 postings, you still get a maximum of 100 points total. Homework, 5 chapters of 40 points each, 200 points. Quizzes, 10 at 10 points each, 100 points. And final 1 at 200 points for 200 points. There'll be exams. There'll be a midterm. You will take a paper midterm that is proctored by your Jumpstart coach. There will be no makeup for missed exams. The date for the midterm is October 18th, 2016. Now, if we have to adjust that, we will. But I want to point out that this syllabus, this class, has been kind of merged with my other online class. So there's a separate syllabus for them. They don't have to do things that you have to do. I mean, this class we need to do a proctored midterm because we have the ability to do that. So that is the requirements of this class. Discussions. You must provide at least 10 postings in the discussion board. The postings must be substantive and not simply say, I agree. You can either ask a question from our material or you can answer a question. Your first posting should be an introduction about yourself. So get to that today. Homework. You have 2 choices for homework in this class. You can either do the Hawk's Learning System section certifications, or you can do homework assigned with each lesson in class. Homework counts for a total of 200 points. If you try the Hawks and would prefer to go with traditional homework, you may do so. If you do the traditional paper homework, scan it and upload it as a single PDF file by the due date. Quizzes. There'll be 11 quizzes. The top 10 quizzes will count for the grade. The quizzes can be found in the modules in Canvas. Final exam. There'll be a final exam on December 13th, 2016. You will take a paper exam that is proctored by your Jumpstart coach. Live meetings. There will be weekly live meetings, currently scheduled for Tuesdays from 1 to 2 p.m. These sessions are an insufficient time for lessons to be taught. I cannot teach you 3 hours of content in 1 hour. The lessons are already in Canvas in the modules. They're there already. And the problem I had last semester is no one would prepare themselves for these, and they didn't do very well. I mean, simply, this is a review time. Live meetings are intended to be time that students can ask questions and present problems they have encountered. So we're going to get together. You're going to have to come to that, and we can work problems out. Attendance. Students are expected to participate and keep pace on a regular basis. Students failing to keep pace or answer emails from the instructor for 2 or more weeks may be dropped from the course. Any departure from the attendance policy must be pre-approved by September 9th, 2016. Ethics statement. No cheating of any kind will be tolerated. Any student caught cheating, attempting to cheat, or assisting in the cheating of another student will be expelled from the class with a failing grade. Sadly, I've been having to do more and more dealing with cheating issues, and it's not making me happy. I really hope we don't have to do that with this group. Your honor and integrity is really an important thing you want to hold on to. Early alert. Please note that in an effort to help students successfully complete their courses, the counseling office on campus will ask faculty for names of students they feel may be in need of additional assistance. The counselor may contact you to offer some ideas. Grade appeals can be made to Scott Morrison at that email address. Disability statement. If you have a disability for which you will need to request accommodations, please contact Susan Triss, Coordinator for Disability Support Services. There's her phone number, email address, as soon as possible to arrange appropriate accommodations. Here are important dates for the semester. And here's a tentative schedule. So now if something happens and the 1 to 2 time slot doesn't work for our live meeting, I was told to pick a time, and that's what I picked. So I was hoping that it's been communicated. If something has to change, we will change it. We should be having something on the 6th. I just didn't have room to put it in there. So that's what we're looking at for our semester. I want to also point out that here, Chapter 1 is review. If you've taken the prerequisite, you should know this. I have found that most students, the teachers have cut corners and they don't know it all. That's really sad for them. I review it, I go quickly through it, so it's not like I'm going to spend a month going over the review material. And then when you go to calculus, there is 0 review. So here I'm covering for 2 weeks of my 15 we're reviewing. That's a huge chunk. So you're going to have to get up to speed quickly and put the time in here. If this is something new to you, then it goes beyond that. What we say a 3-hour class is really like 3 hours outside of class for every hour in class, so 9 hours. You may have to go beyond that if this is new to you. Hopefully it's not. Okay, that's about it. I will see you online.